How to find love. How to find love. Stop looking for it. That is the first step that you have to take to find love. Just stop looking for it. I have a friend, and whenever they're in a relationship, that's when everybody comes calling. Everybody's looking for a come up, right? Everybody's falling out of the trees trying to get to him, throwing it at him, just all over him. Why? Because he doesn't care. He's centered. He's satisfied. He's in a relationship. He's happy. He's not worried about what other people think. So women find that attractive, as well as men for women. You know, it works both ways. They find that attractive when you're not throwing off the vibe of desperation, and you're not coming out of lack. And when you're not coming out of lack and you're centered, you have no resistance. And what I mean by no resistance, you're not getting in your own way. You're not sending out the signal of, "Oh, I'm so needy. Love me. I'm lovable. Won't you love me? I'm the nice guy." You ever see that? You go to a club and you see the girl in the corner at the bar, and in comes the jerk guy. He just walks right over to her, starts talking to her, and she seems like she's really into him. It's because he's projecting a sense of not caring, even if it's just his ego, even if he truly may be a jerk. They don't see it as being a jerk. They see it as somebody who doesn't need them. Therefore, they don't feel the resistance, and they offer themselves up, vibrationally speaking, and maybe in other ways, I don't know, to him. So that's one of the things that we run into a lot of times. We're always wondering, what am I going to do? How do I impress them? Do I have enough money? Am I smart enough? Am I attractive enough? That all goes away when you're in a relationship, right? You're not worried. You walk in a place, and that's when the girls are looking at you, and not even if your girlfriend or significant other is with you, because you are beaming in the vibration of wholeness. You're closer to your center or true self. And that is just the essence of what you're putting out. And people naturally find that attractive. You're sending out an overlapping vibrational signal of, I got it going on. So when your vibrational signal overlaps with other people, they can sense that. That's why when you slide up to the bar and you see the guy, you can see him a mile away. You can feel his vibration. You feel bad for him when he's that guy who's either trying to show off his car keys or trying to flash money, or if he doesn't have that, he's all over the girl, staring a little too creepily at her. You know, that's giving those creepy vibes. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to see it or feel it. But you see that happening, and you can see it. Don't be that person. They may be the nicest guy in the world, and they're throwing off this vibe of, you get away from me because you're too desperate. You're standing next to the same girl all night. You're following her around. Don't do that. Don't do that. For love to find you, and this goes for women as well. You might, be attracting the same jerky guy, or you every time you go to a place, no guy is talking to you, even if you're, with the friends or whatever. It's because you're sending off that signal. So don't send off that signal. Now, how do we do that? Change it up a little bit. First, when you go out, try to go out with friends, right? And try to go out with the aim of just having a good time. You're not trying to meet anybody. That's the key. Because if you do this, all the pressure's off you, right? You might meet somebody, the love of your life there, but you're not projecting that out. So if you're there to have a good time, you start having the vibration of having a good time once you're in that good time mode. And people pick up on that. That is what's attractive. There have been beautiful women standing there at the club, or super handsome guys, but when they're too far gone in nastiness or ego or whatever, that in and of itself is not attractive. They might be attractive to the guy who seems egotistical because he's more centered, but if he goes too far, then he's just that jerk, right? Women like, oh, he's date the jerk, or it won't work. If you approach this by having fun first, keep fun in mind. If you're having fun with your friends, there's no pressure, right? When you meet somebody, so now you're sending the signal of, you're more whole, you're more yourself, you're more centered, and people find that attractive. And two, before you go out, and this may sound a little esoteric, a little spiritual for some people, meditate. This can only help you. And I mean in a biological sense, and a vibrational sense, and even just a health sense. If you take even 10 minutes, a few minutes to meditate, calm yourself down, put yourself in what's called heart-brain coherence, and that'll happen naturally once you start breathing in a rhythmic pattern and relaxing. And what that does, that literally increases your electromagnetic field from your body. Now, if you increase that electromagnetic field from your body, you're already in a state of less resistance. And when you're in a state of less resistance, what you feel in a good way, you automatically go up vibrationally speaking, that is going to be projected out from you before you walk into the club. And don't be surprised if great things start happening to you. It sounds crazy, but I've done it myself where you ever have it where you're on that night, you're not trying, whatever you're doing, you are on, you're at that point, and things just fall into place. Like, oh, wow, they let you right in, you're not waiting online, or you find some money on the ground, or you find that parking space real easily near the club where you never could. That is because you are in a higher vibrational state. Now, when you're in that state, the things that you want tend to come to you. It's just the law of attraction. It's really physics. It's, like-minded vibration are going to be attracted to like-minded vibration. So if you start putting that out and caring about your energy first, caring about yourself first, love will follow. And also when you meet somebody, just go into it with the mindset of course you're attracted to a person. That's what you do. You're at a club, you want to check somebody out. You have to feel if the energy is there. See if there's a first glance, second glance, and just approach the person as a friend. And I'm going to talk about dating too in other episodes because this all coincides with each other. So if you approach it as just a friend, remember this. This goes for guys and for girls. If you're talking to somebody and you think you might get rejected or they reject you, do not, and I know this is hard, do not take it personally. Just as much as you may have been attracted to them, they might be your type, you just might not be their type. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you, just as much as you didn't go talk to 5 other girls that were sitting at the bar because you didn't like the way they looked. They weren't attractive to you, right? So if they're, and of course some people do it in a nasty way, get away from me, whatever. Just shake it off. Just know that they are not truly centered. So if you approach that, that can help you right there. If you know that, okay, as much as she's my type or that one's not my type, I may not be her type, but don't take it personally. And that's why if you approach it as a friendship situation, you leave the doors wide open. Because if the vibe's there, it's there. It'll build. You'll feel it. Just lay back. But if it's not, hey, you got a friend. So that helps you to just take the pressure off of you and off the other person. So when you start to do these things and when you start to know yourself and center yourself just like the person who's been in a relationship and everybody wants them, you're going to start seeing people flock to you. Trust me. And it might take a little while. Sometimes it clicks just like that. But the more you're conscious of it, the more you do it, the more you see it, the more it becomes easy to do and the more it becomes second nature. Now, I have friends, when we've gone out, could talk to a girl like that. I have other friends that sit in the corner all night. Oh, why isn't she looking at me? Fixated on one. Don't go into the game fixated on one guy or one girl, whatever it may be. Don't fixate. Just have a good time. And I'm telling you, you'll feel the vibe. And once you learn to feel your own vibe, your vibrational centeredness, once you start to live it and feel it, you'll be able to see it in others. First, you'll notice like the guys that have it or the girls that have it when they go talk to somebody or when they're making their moves or doing whatever they do, you'll be able to see it. And then you'll start seeing it in yourself and you'll start to be able to flip the script. But this will help you find love. Just those simple tips right there. Trust me, because you don't go into it looking for love. Because what happens is the very thing that we go looking for, we want it so bad, fixated on it, that it slips right out of our hands. Because, like I said, you're coming off as desperate and wanting something so much. We put our energy focus on it, and we're always thinking about. So what you're doing when you're thinking about love is you're sending out the vibrational signal of lack. So the emotion is that you're feeling, if you're really looking for love and can't find it, what do you feel? Desperate, sad, unworthy, unsure. So that is what you're leading with. You're leading that out. You might go to a party, a dance, a club, wherever you are. And if you're looking for love, in your mind, you're saying you're looking for love, but your emotional, biochemical state is one of lack. It's one of inner sadness, incompletion. You're not whole. So that's what you're projecting out. But you can reverse that by just being yourself, hanging with friends. Do not think about love. And it may take some practice. Do this over and over again when you're in a meditative state, or if you just close your eyes, breathe in and out, and just relax. That alone will raise your vibrational plane or your vibrational level. So just keep that in mind. Don't look for love, and it will find you. Oftentimes it goes back even deeper to maybe our childhood, maybe the way we, had experiences in our lives where somebody didn't love us enough, or somebody didn't express their love to us enough, and we become people in a cycle of subconscious lack, and you're always wanting somebody to love you, needing them to validate you. You're trying to see the reflection of what you want to be through others. And that's understandable, and it's okay, because that happens to a lot of us. I grew up in a situation like that. But by watching movies that worked for me and watching people who had it on, I was able to mediate it and flip it and work to my advantage. But so once you understand that, it's the reason why I'm taking you back a little bit into your subconscious mind and growing up, is because once you identify that, it's there, you can get rid of it. You can get rid of it, just like, not like that, but you identify it, so that flips it already. It puts it in a different perspective. So already you're going into the game thinking, okay, did my parents not to sound cliche, did they not show me love or love me enough, or what happened? That's okay, because we realize then that that was their experience of lack of whatever they had going on. I call it emotional heritage. So what happened to them? So you can forgive them, because obviously nobody is born not wanting to be their best and caring and loving. So go back to that for a minute, but then leave it alone, because now you understand that's maybe where it came from. Maybe it's not. Maybe you were rejected a few times from people, and so you're feeling just a little bit down. Don't worry about that, man. You are 100% awesome. Just know that. Walk around telling yourself that in your head, and it may sound crazy, but it's true. So if you are yourself, be yourself. If you're nerdy, be nerdy. If you're a hood rat, be a hood rat. But I'm saying you're going to attract like-minded vibrations. Of course, you go out and you want to be you and be the best you. Obviously, you want to take a shower, put on some cologne. That's not that you're not you. You're just being the best representation of you. So be you. If you're a guy who's into comic books, be into comic books, but you don't have to dump that out on people the first second you're talking to them. But you don't have to hide it either, because then you're not being your genuine self. If you're trying to be somebody else and trying to impress somebody, like, I have this money, or I know these people, and you don't really have it, you're going to get caught out there, because you're cheating yourself by not being authentic, and people are going to feel that. And if you want to have love, even if somebody started feeling you and digging you with that, it's not the real you. It ain't you. You have to be the real you. And believe me, somebody that resonates with your vibration, with your wants and hopes, desires, and dreams will find you. They're going to stick to you like a magnet. Trust me. But think about that. I know you know somebody that when they're in a relationship, and maybe it happened to you too, everybody wants you then, right? The girls are looking at you, the guys are looking at the girls, as soon as they're in that relationship. So use that to your advantage, that knowledge. Now you have that knowledge, and love will find you. But please stop looking for it. Because remember, when we look for something like that, it tells us that we don't have it. And if we don't have it, it says we're living in lack. And that emotion, you'll get to gauge those emotions, will go out before you, and you're sending out a signal of lack. Send out a signal of wholeness, and that I don't need you. I mean, really, like, you don't care. I don't need you in your head. You don't have to be rude, but it would be nice to be with you, but I don't need you. So you'll loosen the resistance on yourself and the pressure on yourself by doing these few things. So do some of these things. Leave a comment below. Let me know how it worked, or let me know your best and your worst dating experience, or your worst, either one. And let's talk about this and see how we can move this forward and help you some more. So thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and stay tuned for a whole lot more. And thanks for watching. And remember, you are 100% pure positive energy. And once you tune into that, you will be unstoppable. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and high vibrations.